Well, guys, it's true. These nuclear verdicts in America are getting out of hand. And Wabash trailer manufacturer, Wabash National, was just hit with a $462 million verdict against them for doing absolutely nothing wrong. This was not clickbait. They did nothing wrong at all. And you'll probably be shocked to hear who did do a lot of things wrong, why this accident happened, and why this is the most ridiculous thing I've heard of recently. Alright guys, so I'm actually wearing a hat that I haven't worn before, and this is a Chrome Shop Mafia hat, and I got some things going on that we will talk about in future videos about some products that I really support and why. But let's talk about this ridiculous verdict. I'm going to say this again. Wabash did nothing wrong. No laws were broken. Well, some laws were broken, but not by Wabash, not even by the truck driver. Let me just read through the article and then break it down a bit. Okay, this article came from CDL Life. And the title of it is Semi-Trailer Manufacturer Hit with Nuclear $462 million Verdict Following Double Fatality Rear End Crash. Now, I'm going to go into this, I'm going to read the article, and then I'm really going to bash what happened with the jury. But again, 2 people died in this, so it does not mean that I'm without sympathy there. But this is ridiculous. A Missouri jury returned a massive verdict against trailer manufacturer Wabash National on Thursday. On September 5th, and today is September 7th. This is Saturday, so it would have been Thursday. A St. Louis jury awarded $450 million in punitive damages and $12 million in compensatory damages in the case of Williams versus Wabash. Wabash sued by victims' family members in the wake of a crash that occurred in downtown St. Louis, Missouri in 2019. A 47-year-old was driving a tractor-trailer north on I-55 when he slowed down for construction. Thank you to the driver of that truck for doing the right thing, slowing down for construction. A Volkswagen passenger vehicle driven by Taryn Taylor, 30, collided with the rear of the trailer. Again, Taryn's not with us, so, and again, this isn't, against it. It's a tragic accident, but at the same time, Taylor and passenger Nicholas Perkins, 23, died in the crash. The lawsuit filed in the wake of the crash accused Wabash of equipping the trailer with an insufficient rear impact guard to prevent underride crashes. There's actually been a lot talked about recently about underride, trailer systems and what can be done about it. But Wabash responded following the verdict, alleging that the crash occurred nearly 20 years after the trailer was manufactured. It doesn't say what year the trailer was, but this would mean that the trailer was about a 99, maybe a 2000, 2001. It says manufactured nearly 20 years. The company maintains that the trailer was in compliance with all existing regulatory standards. Additionally, despite precedent to the contrary, the jury was prevented from hearing critical evidence in the case, including that the driver's blood alcohol level was over the legal limit at the time of the accident, and the fact that neither the driver nor his passenger was wearing a seatbelt was also kept from the jury, even though plaintiffs argued both would have survived the 55-mile-per-hour collision had the vehicle not broken through the trailer's rear impact guard. At 55 miles an hour. I've owned some Wabash trailers. Wabash says it's evaluating legal options, and Wabash was way nicer about this than I ever could have been. I guess that's why these big companies have, PR people. While this was a tragic accident, we respectfully disagree with the jury's verdict. Yup. And firmly believe it's not supported by the facts or the law. Yup. Said Wabash General Counsel and Chief Administrative Officer Kristen Glasner, Glazner. No rear impact guard or trailer safety technology has ever existed that would have made a difference here. That's true. I mean, they have talked about changing things. The problem is lots of problems. Let's discuss it. All right, guys. So I have owned some Wabash trailers. I'm pretty sure I know my first trailer that I owned was a 48-foot Wabash reefer. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my last trailer that I owned was a reefer. It was a 53-foot Wabash reefer. In fact, that was actually a former Southern Refrigerated Lines trailer. And I've also owned a Great Dane. I don't see much different. Also, I'm leased to Landstar, so when I didn't own them trailers, I was pulling Landstar trailers, which could be Vanguard, Hyundai. I think they have some Great Danes now. I used to own a Great Dane trailer. I don't see much difference in the back with the impact bars. I pulled a lot of Wabash trailers over the year, not just considering the two that I own. And although I don't actually know the laws of the rear bumpers, I can't imagine that corners were cut. Here's the problems with this. For one thing, the trailer was 20 years old. At that point, Wabash should have been excused. However, it seems that it was still up to the Wabash standards and the government standards, which mostly all of them are the same, as far as rear bumpers. I don't see much difference in rear bumpers. Sometimes there's the side pieces, a little bit different configurations, but really. So you had a truck driver. Totally legal. Doesn't say anything about the truck driver being illegal. He's 47 years old. Construction comes up, slowed down like he's supposed to, and got hit from the back at 55 miles an hour by somebody that was intoxicated. People may say, well, Rob, he might not have been drunk. We don't know how intoxicated he was. It doesn't matter. He blew past the legal limit. Now he's intoxicated. Not wearing seatbelts. They weren't wearing seatbelts, although from the picture, I don't know that seatbelts would have helped at this point. But it broke the bumper, but it was hit at 55 miles an hour. It also doesn't say if the truck was stopped or not. Now, a loaded judicial system, and I am not the conspiracy theory guy, but why was it not allowed in court that the guy's blood alcohol level was over the legal limit and the fact that they weren't wearing seatbelts? Why was that not allowed in court? Was that just little loopholes or legal mumbo jumbo? So here we have, and I don't know, it never says who the truck driver was, and say what company he drove for, anything. For some reason they went after Wabash because this Volkswagen went under the trailer after hitting it hard enough to break the bumper. That is loaded legal mumbo jumbo, and these nuclear verdicts are getting out of hand. Actually, like I said, I'm leased to Landstar. Landstar had a nuclear verdict, within the last couple of years, and a lot of the other big companies have had nuclear verdicts, and this is ridiculous. What was possibly said to that jury that made them do this? Nothing was done wrong by any party except for the person that flew into a construction zone, rear-ended a truck, was drinking, and not wearing a seatbelt. That's the only crimes committed here in any of this. Wabash had a legal trailer, 20-year-old legal trailer. Why is it still their responsibility after 20 years? Even if that bumper was rusted and hanging off the back, it's not Wabash's responsibility. The truck driver did nothing wrong, and as far as we know, the trucking company did nothing wrong. It doesn't say anything about that. This is all ridiculous, and this has to stop. And we have so much stupid stuff happening in this industry, and things like this is what makes our insurance rates go up. Who do you think is going to pay that verdict? I don't think they're going to pay the verdict. I think they'll win on appeal. I think they'll appeal this till the end of time. But even then, lawyers' fees and everything else, who's paying it? We are. Anybody who buys these trailers and pays insurance. There's an insurance company involved here. It sends rates through the roof because of a stupid nuclear verdict. Why does the family of the person who was driving intoxicated, speeding into a construction zone, not paying attention to traffic, and not wearing a seatbelt, why do they deserve $456 million? Anyway, guys, too much of this going on, but anyway, I got nothing more to say about this. We'll follow. I'll see if they appeal. You know, I'll try to follow it. But yeah. Anyway, like, subscribe. I hope you like this video. I always feel weird saying that when it's a video like this, that it's hard to like, but I hope that I did a good job on the video. If I did, like and subscribe. Comment below. I do read all comments. I don't respond to all of them, but I do read every single comment, and if they need responded to, I do. You can also, if you don't feel like commenting, you can email me at finchresources@gmail.com. And you can also find me on Facebook or Instagram. I don't do a lot with Instagram. I do a lot with Facebook, but under the Trucking Resources name. So thanks a lot, everybody, and I will catch you on the next one.